Hey kids, welcome to Lesson 8, Creating Functions with Parameters, Part 4, Defining Functions with Multiple Parameters. Let's see what we're going to do today. Now it's your turn to define a function that accepts multiple parameters. Just like in the previous example, make sure you separate your parameters with commas and give them descriptive and meaningful names. Do this. Drag out the function block and name your function draw triangle. Define draw triangle to have two parameters. Within those two parentheses, make sure to give them descriptive and meaningful names separated by commas. The example below uses size and width for parameter names, but you can use whatever you like. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, looks like they're adding a function here, draw triangle. First part is size, second one is width. All right, so we get 2 there. All right, looks like it's just repeating here, renaming it. Draw triangle. All right, let's see if there's anything else here. Then write the code inside function draw triangle, size and width, that make it so it works as described. Test it and run it. All right, let's see what we're actually looking at here. Well, this looks a lot like the previous lesson we just did. Instead of squares, now we have triangles. And last time, they gave us the function that was already completed, and we were just using to finish the call. This time, it looks like we need to finish the function instead of the call. So let's take a look here. I have a pen up, a move to one spot, move to another spot, and then I have my call, draw triangle, 150. I'm going to assume that's going to be the size, and 5 is probably the width, since the second one's a little thicker. Well, let's go ahead and try this code out. First thing I'm going to do is add some comments. This first one I'm just going to do is my setup and call. I'm going to come down here, add another one, and this is going to be the how the triangle gets drawn. I'm going to put a function in here. And my function is going to have to, as previous ones, I'm going to start with a pen down because I'm going to end with a pen up so we don't interfere with anything else. I'm going to have a move forward, and then I'm going to have a turn left. I know from previous lessons that my angles are going to add up to 180. So it's either going to be 60 or 120 here, depending on which way it goes. Last lesson, it went to 120. I'm going to assume it's going to do that again. So over here, I want my move forward. Well, my move forward is going to be a parameter here. My first one is going to be size. And then remember, my second one here is going to be width. So if I look up here, draw triangle, size and width, size and width. So now, my move forward is going to be size. My turn is always going to be the same, which is going to be 120. Now that size takes care of one of my parameters here. I still have to worry about that second one, width. So over here, I have a nice little command here, pen width. So once we put the pen down, let's change the width to width, whatever size that we're calling to in the above. That looks pretty good. I bet you I can just take these two, Control C to copy, Control V paste, 1, 2, 3 here. Again, we're going to finish our code with a pen up so it doesn't interfere with anything else. So, remember we have to change our name here to the same one in our call, triangle. There we go. All right, size, width, everything seems to be pretty good now. Oh, we got a little error here. If I look, looks like I put an N in there. Now we're all spelled correctly, no errors, everything looks good. So ours should look like this when we hit run here. So let's go ahead, let's hit run, see what we get. Looks pretty good to me. Looks like we wrote out our function properly, the call works pretty well, and everything goes well. Let's go ahead and hit finish and see what code.org thinks of our work. Ooh. Good job, kids. I'll see you on the next lesson.